Hello guys, my name is Alex Montes and welcome back to my political channel, and today I'm going to be talking about what recently happened in Virginia. So recently, the state Supreme Court in Virginia struck down a voter-approved redistricting amendment in a 4-3 decision. So basically, voters had approved the change related to how redistricting will work, but the court ruled that lawmakers didn't follow the required constitutional process when placing it on the ballot. Because of that, the amendment was invalidated even after voters had already approved it. And that's when the big debate started about how much power should courts have when a decision has already gone through a public vote, especially when it involves voting maps. Now, if you're not familiar with redistricting or gerrymandering, here's the basic idea of it. Every 10 years, after the United States Census, states redraw their congressional district maps. Those maps decide who represents who, which communities in Congress. The concern is that sometimes those district lines can be drawn in ways that give one political party an advantage over the other. That's what people mean by gerrymandering, shaping district boundaries to influence election outcomes. And this matters more than a lot of people realize, because those maps can shape political power for an entire decade. Okay, so now let's look at Virginia's maps. So on the top here, you're seeing Virginia's current congressional map, which is made up of 6 Democratic districts and 5 Republican districts. On the bottom here, you're seeing the proposed redistricting map that was later shut down as unconstitutional, which would have shifted the balance to about 10 Democratic districts and 1 Republican district. So when you compare them, what stands out is how differently the district lines are drawn. The shapes of the districts aren't just geographic, they can affect how communities are grouped together and how representation ends up in Congress. Supporters of redistricting efforts like this often argue that changes are meant to reflect population shifts after the census and improve representation. Critics, however, argue that large shifts in district outcomes can suggest that lines may be drawn in ways that reduce competition or concentrate voters in certain areas. So when the Virginia Supreme Court struck down the amendment, the debate wasn't just about one map. It was about whether the process used to approve it met constitutional requirements in the first place. And this connects to a bigger issue happening in many states, including Texas. In Texas, congressional districts are drawn by the state legislature, and voters don't directly vote on the maps themselves. Texas has also faced ongoing legal challenges and criticism over its district maps, with lawsuits arguing that some district lines may weaken the voting power of certain communities. And regardless of political party, a lot of people argue that the system should work in a way where voters choose their politicians, not politicians choosing their voters. Because at the end of the day, democracy only works when people feel like their vote actually has equal weight as other people. That's just how I see it though. What do y'all think, guys? Let me know your opinion in the comments and have a great rest of your day. I'll see y'all later in the next video. Bye.